Hi and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here and enjoy stock market related videos such as these monthly reviews showing live purchases of what stocks I've been buying and selling, as well as the realised gains alongside the dividends received, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it and it will help the channel out massively. The portfolio is sitting at around the 90,000 mark right now, and I'd love to do an entire portfolio review when I hit the 100,000 mark, where we can look through every single stock and see how it's sitting and then discuss the strategy going forward. Hopefully that's a video I'll be able to make sooner rather than later. So yeah, if you enjoy that sort of stuff, please follow along in my investment journey. I'd love to have you along. I've changed the format of these monthly updates slightly, and this is now the road to the 100k, episode 1, as ultimately that is the next target I want to reach on my investing journey. On the screen we've got the monthly chart for the S&P 500 for July, and July ended with the market still in the green by about 1.5%, but there was a 2.8% sell-off throughout the middle of the month. Around that time I realised that if the market has a meaningful correction, I don't have enough cash on the sidelines to take advantage of this. So I had a review of any stocks that have done well for me and aren't buy and holds forever that I could look to sell and generate a bit of cash, so that if the opportunity arises where there's either a broad market sell-off or any individual stocks get to a price I like, I'll be able to take advantage of that. The balance right now, the portfolio sits at about 90,000, which is 1k below from where I was last month. The last few months I've been purchasing more growth stocks such as the likes of SoFi and Blue Prism shown here, which are stocks that I think can generate over 100% return over the next few years. I've done a video on each of these recently and I'll link them below in the description for anybody that wants to check them out. I purchased these two stocks in July and I sold 3 positions, which were Digital Realty Trust, which is a data centre REIT, Welltower, who are a healthcare and senior housing REIT, and First Energy, who are a utility company. All are companies that I like, but I felt now was the time to rebalance the portfolio and use these gains to allow future purchases to take place. Let's take a look and see what returns I got in each of these positions, then we can look into the value of my new positions. I first bought Digital Realty in December of last year and held on to it for about 8 months and generated a profit of about 12%. This is the least amount of profits I've got out of the 3 examples that I'll be showing you. The B and the S icons on the graph are filters which correlate to these dates of when I bought and sold shares. I received some nice dividends over this time, and you'll see that they do vary slightly due to the exchange rates. As I said, it's a company I like, but this was a strategic sell to get back that 8 to 10% cash status that I was looking for in the portfolio. The second stock that I've got that I've sold is Welltower. Welltower has been a great stock for me since I've owned it, and the total returns coming in at just below the £900 mark, making a total gain of 50% from my initial position. Even after Welltower cut their dividend last year due to COVID, I was still able to get the equivalent of about a 3.75 dividend yield. The long-term prospects of this company are great, and it's one I'll be keeping an eye on, and I'll have it in my watch list to see how it performs over the coming years. And the last sell of the month was First Energy, who were a great turnaround play for me, and I got a nice dividend yield of about 4.3%, and for holding it less than a year, I was able to get 24% total gains. This company has been in the headlines for negative reasons, which created great buying opportunities due to the bribery scandals it faced, which in the end they paid $230 million for in fines. Performance of the company was still good during this time period, and with a combination of settling this scandal, the share price went on to have a great run, and for a utility company, I was happy to take the 24% within a year. Also, I do have a few other utility stocks, so my exposure still remains pretty good to utilities for that income. Now we're on to the purchases for the month of July. SoFi is a fintech company that only got listed on the stock market last year, and it's had quite a volatile journey since. The fintech space is really heating up, and with the recent purchase by Square to acquire Australian company Afterpay for $29 billion, it's a move which validates this industry. If you want to know more about why I like SoFi, I've done a video on it which I'll be putting in the description box below. This is a buy and hold for me for at least 5 years, for which I'll be looking to average into if there continues to be any weakness in the stock, depending on how much my cash situation is looking at the given time. You can see I added a further 74 shares on the 14th of July, which was just above the $16 mark at the time. And the last company is a bit of a spec play, but it's a really interesting company, and I've done a separate video on these again, which I'll link in the description. The company's called Blue Prism, and they're a UK tech company who specialise in deploying virtual workers who can autonomise tasks which are usually quite time and labour intensive. They're a high growth company, but recently said that full year earnings may be towards the lower side, which could be why there's been a massive sell off. Looking at the trend line, this could be the start of a big move to the upside, so with a combination of liking the company and the structure of the share chart, I've opened a position worth about 2k. Now we're into the reason why I fundamentally invest, and this is to receive dividend payments. I really enjoy seeing these payments come through and seeing them build up over time. This month was nearly the high for the year and it came at £231.24, just missing out the top spot by £2. It was a really strong month with 8 payments in total, and none of these companies have been sold, so this could be closely replicated for October, providing I don't have any cuts. We have PPL, a nice high-yielding utility company, although I'm a bit nervous about that as it may be cut due to the recent purchase of National Grid's Rhode Island infrastructure, so time will tell with that one. Then we have Merck up next with £14, GSK, another high yielder, with the dividend coming in at about £27. And next year, this is going to be a reduced payment as the company's been spun off into 2 separate companies, but it could work out better in the long term. Although the dividend will be reduced, total returns may be better, so time will tell also on that one. Then we have Altria with a nice payment of £40, and I added to this position a few months ago, so it's good to see that added amount now generating more cash flow. Ventus with £18, and Bank of Nova Scotia takes a monthly high spot at £44, followed by the second highest payment from New Residential at £42. And lastly, I got my first payment from Edison International at £20. Income from the year currently sits at about £1,320, and we're 7 months into it. And this is my overall progress chart showing every month where I've received a dividend payment. July has had 3 continuous years of growth, but I still sit a bit short of my all-time high, which is £308 for a single month. Apart from the lowest payment of £67 in May this year, it's a fairly balanced amount of income coming across each month, and they're all substantial payments. This is about my 3rd year anniversary of investing, so hopefully I can keep the progress going and improve as time goes on. This last piece of information that we'll take a look at is my total dividend income, which right now sits at £3,614.81. With 7 months into this year, I'm close to matching last year's total income, which is great to see, and all things going well, I should possibly pass this next month, and then we're on to the home straight into the end of the year. If you're still here, thanks for watching the video, and please leave any comments or queries below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you.